This is not just a bad game. This is probably the worst game that I have ever played. And I have played Dustborn.
Remember how we turned the gals against Fred using Discord?
Let's trigger ourselves. Your failure.
Does he know anything?
You are racist.
Pirate Software, a man who can't stop killing games,
Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to.
can't stop losing subscribers, and can't stop telling you about his previous employer.
Having worked at Blizzard, I grew up at Blizzard. Blizzard, game industry for Blizzard Entertainment.
Now, Pirate talks about Heartbound quite a lot, the way he rigged the system so that he could get gaming journalists to cover it because he reached his GoFundMe goal in under 24 hours. So after watching a couple of videos that went through it, talking about how it had a mere 5 puzzles and was completely unfinished, I started to ask myself, surely it cannot be that bad. But let me tell you, it's worse. But I wasn't going to do any playthrough. I set myself a challenge. I wanted to finish this game in under 2 hours so that I could refund it to Steam if indeed I thought it was a bad game. Did we succeed in this? You'll have to wait to find out. The game started off incredibly frustrating, as my streaming software didn't even recognize it as a game. Constantly alt-tabbing and switching out and going back to my Steam profile.
What? How is this? God damn. I'm already very frustrated at this game.
Now, this is a fairly common thing with indie games, so I won't really take any points off it. In fact, I'll give Pirate 1 point here, that his game does have wiggle settings. After channeling my inner Total Biscuit, going through the menus, and successfully wasting 10 minutes out of my 2-hour assigned challenge window, we actually finally begin the game, which begins in a very dreary house. The lights don't work, it's raining outside, the dog is hungry, and there's garbage everywhere. There's the lingering shadow of neglectful parents around every corner, and it seems to be a reflection of Pirate's own childhood. The dad is still there, but he's weak, and the mother is, well, you will talk more about her when we get to her. After wandering around this dreary reflection of what we can only assume is Pirate's actual childhood, we will encounter the first and only enemy in the game. The first fight serves as a tutorial version of this battle. You will then fight him again later, but there is no changes here. I say this is the only enemy because this is the only actual fight you will have. There is a fake-out fight later in the game, but we'll get to that when we get to it. I guess you could argue that the birds are an enemy in this game as well, but all you can do is avoid them, so they're essentially just obstacles. We are then encountered by a strange old man, who fortunately I assume is you from the future, because it's kind of weird for this old man to show up and abduct this child, but whatever. It's him from the future, so it's okay. And then you are teleported to the puzzle level, and I use that word very loosely as... And I cannot believe this because I did see a video telling me that this was the case. There is nothing to do except push levers from one side to the other. There's no testing, there's no trial and error. You just push it to one side and you've completed the puzzle. This is not something that I would expect from a man who claims that he's a genius puzzle master. Although it seems like he just gets his answers from chat or from Googling it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. After defeating the one and only boss, you are then taken to a sort of limbo where there is optional worlds. You have the mysterious office level, the furry-infested Animus, and the out-of-order snow penguin land, which I thought fair enough. I knew this game wasn't going to be complete, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad, so I decided to go from left to right. Starting from the office level, you were greeted with the game's one and only true puzzle. I assume because there is no need to do it. The game literally gives you the game journalist option to just type in 111111 to get through and completely avoid the puzzle.
1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It actually works. It's like, well, you could do the puzzle, or you could just type 11111 to get through. Choose your destiny.
Is it cheap to do this for myself and not actually go through it the way the developer intended? Perhaps. But the thing is people typically take the path of least resistance. If you don't give me a reason to do the puzzle and feel the satisfaction of doing it, I'm not going to. I don't see why I would waste my time here anyway, because I'm trying to beat the clock. You'll then be faced with a series of random tasks to get through and progress the office levels, and I assume this entire segment is a big in-joke and reference to Pirate's own time at Blizzard. He does talk about how the only way you work in the corporate ladder is by going sideways and never up, things like that. There is a lot of cringe Reddit tier jokes here, and a lot of memes that belong in a museum, such as the Office Space references where you steal one of the workers' staplers. I don't think this has any effect on the game, but it's there. I say that this section of the game is a reflection of Pirate's own time at Blizzard because the only things you really do as your new higher role is bring people coffee, go find ducks, pick up sticky notes, and of course raid the fridge for breast milk. Well, I mean that last part's not true, but I assume it's going to be in one of the content patches. The highlight of this section is definitely working in the cafeteria, where you just pick up and give people what they ask for. There is no puzzle here, there is no challenge here. It's about all the fun of actually going to work. So I guess that's the point. It's supposed to be like meta or something. It didn't really pay off for me. Now, the ultimate goal of this level is to discover the identity of the mysterious boss, and spoiler alert, it's your mother. Wow. Amazing. It looks like you're going to fight her for a second, but then of course your expectations are subverted. And you go through this weird scene where she tries to gaslight you into saying that you did everything wrong. But I don't think that anything actually matters here, because my chat decided that we would just go through and play an evil route, since that this game did say that there was multiple options and that their choices were meaningful. I do not think that they are. We decided to do everything wrong and then succeeded anyway. Which I guess, again, is Pirate's own experience. Which means we move on to world number 2, which is where all the fairy stuff is. Now at this point we had about 10 minutes left in the challenge, so it seemed unlikely that we would actually succeed, and Pirate would have successfully stolen my $10. So at least leave a like on this video if you're enjoying this review. Now at this point I will say one nice thing about the game, and I think that the pixel art is very good, and I say that because I assume that Pirate didn't make it. Now it's not the kind of art that I'm into, but I am sure that these load-bearing deer hips do appeal to some people, particularly in Pirate's own community. The animal level consists of doing, again, random tasks to try and help various animals and complete some sort of clock. For what reason I'm not sure, and we'll never find out, as you will soon see. Now again, you have choices to try and fix up people's relationships, or, I don't know, mend a broken marriage between two turtles. Now, of course, because I continued to take advice from chat, we decided to take the evil playthrough through this game, which meant destroying the relationship between the deer and the cougar, which sees them turning into ash.
I just don't want to mess things up. Oh, friend zoned! I said don't worry about it. Crying face. Suffer, cougar! The dussy belongs to me now. Throw that shit in the river. The friendship is ruined now. Like, I'm sorry. Once that conversation starts, that friendship is ruined. Oh my goodness, she just disintegrated! But she left the item I needed. It's Ramil's pocket watch. It feels heavier, but it weighs the same. Oh, based. She just died. Suffer, dear.
Which actually I was pretty happy about, so I have no complaints here. And all of you sicko dussy enthusiasts in the chat can just suffer. But this is where the game completely ends. You are greeted with a screen that tells you that thanks for playing, the game's not finished yet.
I'm 20 minutes too slow for the refund. I just got fucking robbed. Thanks for playing Heartbound. We hope you like the game so far. This is the worst. Oh my goodness, that's all.
Which is very disappointing because I was just getting into the swing of exterminating all of these forest creatures. We had failed. 2 hours had passed and Pirate had successfully robbed my wallet of $10. But wait, it's not over yet. Just when I thought there was nothing else to be had from this game, I noticed that the third world that was out of order at the beginning of the game was now unlocked. Well, okay, fair enough. I guess the one that I chose was just the one that's out of order. So we decided to go to the frozen penguin land. After going through the hidden loading screen of falling down through a tunnel and being greeted by 2 penguins, a door opens to nothing. This entire world is nothing. You load into it, you go knock on the door, and then there's nothing.
But there's nothing here! There's nothing here! Thanks for playing Heartbound. I hope you like the game so far. This one segment is finished. 1 chapter. They didn't even finish the fairy segment. The penguin segment is just a ruse. Why is this in the game? You literally go to Penguin World, you walk 10 feet, and then it says, well, thanks for playing. Why is this allowed? What the fuck? I just got fucking scammed. No. They can't keep getting away with it. This is such a bamboozle. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. There's like another segment you can play. What the fuck?
This game is not just bad, it is a straight up scam. Pirate, I award you no points and may God have mercy on your soul.